Hello everyone and welcome to day 2 of doing some more training for the British Championships. As you can see here, I have just started doing the puzzle. We're a minute of the way through. I'm just kind of struggling with this one because it's a little bit difficult. So, I mean, if we just look at just the imbalances in general, we can see white has a large space advantage. Really good centralized rooks here. I'm trying to think there might be something to do with the king, but the king looks quite solid here. This might be a little bit difficult to break through. But there should be some sort of tactic here. Whether that starts at maybe like e6 I'm having a look at. Maybe that, I don't see how that can go anywhere though from there. Just seems like I'm just sacrificing a piece. So I think it's difficult. Black's position is actually more solid than I think. Actually, there's a lot of strong pieces. It's quite compact. Okay, now I think I might have found a good solution. So after e6. If he captures, so this bishop uncovers against this bishop. If he captures here, obviously I capture with the pawn, with check. But where do I proceed from there? King here. And then I'm a little bit stuck. Unless instead of taking and then just push forward, but then e8. I don't really see a good way to proceed. So unless I go push here, captures take on d7. He could capture back with the bishop, I get back, so I go up a pawn. I feel like there should be something better though. So this is a little bit difficult. Very, very difficult. This is what I think happens when you start getting, as you can see, I mean 1920, I'm doing quite well on the tactics puzzles, but like, I reckon this is a really tough one, a really high one. Hard to see the subtleties. I'll just calculate if I'm just outright winning or if I'm just kind of slightly ahead. And I think in this one, in this case anyway, I think I'm just equal. I mean, it's a very good position, but I don't see how I can really exploit it any further. Okay, I think we're going to go for e6 then. So he does capture. So it's the right move. Now, I don't think pawn captures here really works. I think that's a given. If I capture here, he just moves the king, and then I don't know what else I don't know how I can proceed to attack any further. e7, as we discussed, doesn't really work. Oh, he's also got the knight. Well, no, I mean rook e8 just works. I mean, I can't see a way forward from there. So I think the only move here that really makes logical sense is just playing captures here. d7. Now that is wrong. And I'd be interested to see what the actual right move is. We go into the analysis board. So, captures. Now it does like pawn takes an f7, and I'm just kind of think what I was worried about was what happens after this. Ah, okay, now I see the next move. So just rook e8 just wins on the spot. So that just immediately threatens to just promote. So yeah, that just wins on the spot. If king, instead of king h8, king h7, I think a similar idea, we'll just do bishop here with check. No, that doesn't work, does it? What's the next move? I think maybe the same idea, rook e8 again. So Similar idea. That's a cool puzzle. It's quite difficult to see the next bit. Maybe I wasn't kind of thinking, okay, after king I thought, oh, there's nothing now, but actually, rook e8, just really powerful move. Cool. Right, let's get to the next puzzle. Hopefully we'll do a little bit better now. Okay, so rook to here. I think I can already see the solution. It's a checkmate in 2. Just going to play it straight away. There we go. That's quite a common one. I think that's from it's from a Dutch defense opening. I think. I'm probably wrong though. Or something similar anyway. But meh. Nice easy one. Makes for a change. Okay, so the first thing I've noticed is that this queen is really trapped. Actually, I can't see a good way that I can get out of being under attack here. All the squares are covered. I think just rook to b1 works. Captures, done. I'm not sure why I had that puzzle. That was a very easy one. Okay, so I think the solution here, very quickly, is rook captures this way. If he goes here, this way, and then there's checkmate in sort of 3 or 4 or whatever. I don't know what it is. Check. There we are. Done. Nice and easy. Surprised that's so high rated, actually. Okay, so I think the best move here is just queen to h3. I can't really see how he could parry that. Now I've just got checkmate here as well, so there you go, nice and easy. Quite a low rated puzzle actually, that one. I'm kind of surprised I got that one. Okay, so bishop to f5. So if I capture, so I'm kind of lost in thought for a minute. Not really too sure what to play. Trying to think what's really hanging in this position. So I guess if I deflected the queen, the bishop's hanging. Yeah, that works. That works quite nicely actually. So why don't I just push the pawn forward to g6, g3. Nice easy bit of deflection. Done. I tend to not get deflection puzzles very easily. I think that's been quite a good improvement for myself. Those ones I find quite difficult. Okay, so this is a really cluttered position. So the first thing I've kind of noticed is there's white's really dominating on this queen side. And I really... Queen side? Yeah. No, it's the queen side. What am I talking about? Yeah, he's going to really push through here in a minute, so I need to find a good knockout punch to win back this position. My king is over here. I guess I've got a fork, haven't I, here? Yeah, I'm not too sure how he can block that. That's quite a good move. So, capture the knight. That was much easier than I suppose you could. I could have solved that much quicker, I think, but oh well, I mean, I'm not too fast. Okay, so there's got to be a mating threat here. What is it? It's the question. So capture with check. Just want to make sure I can blast through here. Because black does have a few counter-attacking options, which I'm a little bit worried about. But actually I don't think they're anything significant. You can't win with a rook and a bishop. Right, so I think this is definitely the first move. So it's the most forceful, it really just blasts through. Now this is what I'm trying and work out, is how I can get this king. He's a little bit tricky. So one idea here is just pushing g6, that threatens mates. Oh no, it doesn't. Because he obviously has the move. Once I push to g7, he can move king to h7. So he survives. Let's have a think. So I wonder actually, is this rook captures in c7 after rook captures, push forward, check. He has to go to g7, check. I mean, that's quite forceful. Very, very forceful. Threatening mate in 1. Oh, it does have rook back to d8 though. So, it was not as good as I thought it is. Gosh, what should I play? I'm running out of time. I mean, I quite like rook c7. If he captures, obviously it's mate straight away. Comes here, push forward, checkmate. Oh no, he's got that square, hasn't he? Yeah, it just doesn't work, does it? Okay, so that plan's kind of out the window. So, how do I proceed? Okay. What about actually knight to f5 works? Because I can then throw the check in. Comes to here. Yeah, I don't really know where to go from there though. This is quite a difficult puzzle. I'm just struggling to see what the mating net is here. I mean, if I was playing this in a normal game, I would probably find it, like normally, but just through brute force random stuff. But they're just trying to find it in the fastest and efficient way. I sometimes have difficulty with. No, it was the wrong move. I'm just going to spend too long on that puzzle otherwise. See, g6 is the right move. And perhaps I should have spent a bit more time thinking about playing that move, maybe. Because it is just clearly winning, really, let's be honest. Because after this, Yeah, he can't stop the pawn just marching forward. Okay, he wins a bit of tempo back here with a few checks. Oh, sorry. So go here. I mean, let's say he just checks another check. Well, it's no good. I throw in the check. In fact, actually, that's just a checkmate and one there. So I'll just one block that. So that I missed, actually. I didn't see this mate threat. And that would have been quite crucial. Because actually here it's saying, I mean, mate in 6. So let's just go through this line. So king here. Actually, the line is just a bunch of checks, isn't it? Yes, it's after capture. He just moves here, just throws in a bunch of checks. Okay, interesting. Really interesting. So there's no way of saving it. Mate in 7. Yeah. Okay. Right, interesting puzzle. Really good puzzle. Okay, so this one looks like a classic sort of knights there and whatever smothered mates idea. Just want to make sure it works. Okay, so knight here comes here. Check. Let's double check. He comes here. Check. And then back. Yeah, so I think that works. Okay, cool. It's a classic one. Classical one. Throw in the smothered mate. Quite like those puzzles. Right, so. Throw in the chair. I'm just trying to see if there's any immediate tactics. So I'm guessing this knight's kind of a bit out of play. It hasn't really got any good squares to go to. Nowhere. So I've got a choice actually. I could just take the knights. I don't see what's wrong with that move. I think that just wins on the spot. But I'm kind of going to myself, is that the best move in this position? That I'm not sure. Yeah, go on then, I'll capture. Is the best move. I think those puzzles are a bit stupid, personally. Because it is obvious, and if you saw it in a game, you'd do it. But why on I don't know. Why on Tactics Trainer? It just seems a bit odd. Anyway. So, alright, here we got another one. So again, I could move my rook here with the check. Capturing the knights. That's not bad. I'm worried that if I do this, he's got knights to d4, blocks the check. That's quite a powerful move. So I've got to come up with something a little bit more forceful. What about rook to c8? That's quite a nice move. So if he captures, I push here with a check and capture the queen back. But I'm not really. It's a queen for 2 rooks. So. Okay. And my pawn down as well. Now I've kind of just seen that as well. I'm just struggling to see how to move in this position. So go, I don't know, this is quite hard. I'm just trying to think the good moves that can really gain tempo on the queen. But I'm struggling to find them. Actually, yes, I could go to here. If he plays knight here, rook down there, threatening mate. So maybe that is the right move. So I can just push. So he's gotten out of that threat. Just trying to see a tempo really where I can gain the immediate upper hand. I can see like winning a pawn and stuff like that, but I can't see best way to proceed. So if I check, he goes here, capture the knight, he captures this bishop, I throw in the check. Yeah, that works. Okay. So I can get away with capturing. If he captures here, he loses. There we go. Really tough puzzle, actually, really tough. So I'll show you. I mean, I'm sad it didn't sort of continue from here, because you can then maybe see the end result. But yeah, after this, being here, throw in the check. He comes here, capture the knight. After he captures his bishop, there's this check here. King has to go to h4, and it's just mate. In fact, actually, it's just suggesting doing this, but obviously once that happens, you can just move the bishop away. Quite likes the move there. Bishop g2, rook d8 is interesting. It's just like saying, nah, fuck it. You guys, I mean, it's just setting the mate trap again. Obviously that. Can I just do this though? But I think he's got this nice tempo move. It's really cool. Really cool position. Okay, cool. Right. So that's it for this training day. We've done quite well. We had, I think, two puzzles wrong. So maybe 7 puzzles right, 8 puzzles right. I'll see you in the next video. Peace.